Well, thank you very much. Welcome back. You are following proceedings of the address of the President at the State of the Nation address at the National Assembly. And right here, we have been having discussions and deliberating on issues that the President is expected to address at his fourth State of the Nation address before the National Assembly and the Senate. That is a joint sitting. And I'm right here at the CBD just before the governor's office, and joined by members of the public just to get their knowledge on this day, this special day of the State of the Nation address, if they grasp the issues and if they have knowledge of the day of what is going to happen in Parliament. And right here, maybe he'll just introduce himself and tell us more about this day if he has any information. Karibu.
Santi, my name is Stanislaus. I'm a resident of Nairobi. According to the press release about the president, we are already aware that he wants to address the parliament, but this is our concern as Kenyans. The state of the economy, we at the lower cadre of this pyramid, we feel that he has to address first the pending bills. Suppliers are killing themselves, are frustrated, they are being auctioned because they are not being paid the pending bills. So the government should up their game, pull up their socks and pay those suppliers, those who did construction, those who did road, those who supplied to the different ministries and parastatals, they should be paid. The second thing is about the school fees. We will be having kids joining grade 10 next year. He said that the fees will be 53,000. That money is too high for those parents to pay. So he should also address that issue of the school fees, also the food, also the issue of the economy. People have no money. Literally, there's no cash flow, and the government is the biggest spender. So the government should spend a lot so that we, the wananchi, can have that money. Also about empowerment, we should see a real empowerment. Not people being given a handout like 200 shillings, 300 shillings. That cannot spur the economy. The president should empower people. The fourth thing is about people going out for employment. We are not in this country. We never went to school for us to be exported to Saudi or to Canada or to US. We are patriots. We want to serve our country. So what the youth are saying is that they want this country or this president to come up with jobs, real jobs, white-collar jobs, because we were taught that so many mtapata kazi. But today, baada ya kusoma unaambiwa ufanye nini? Uende ng'ambo. And we have been told that these agencies, some of them are linked to the head of state. So we are wondering, are we being exported? Are we being exported to outside to go and work and build other economies? So what I want the president to address, first of all, is unemployment. There's unemployment. Second, there's no cash flow, and for him to address that, let him pay the suppliers. Let money circulate in the economy so that people can feel that truly it is a bottoms-up issue. But as far as we are concerned, where we are, it is an up, not even a bottom thing.
Yeah. Let me say, on a scale of 1 to 10, from his past State of the Nation address, how would you rank how things have unfolded onwards after that third State of the Nation address?
On the scale of 1 to 10, I will give him 3 as far as housing is concerned, because I can see he is so much obsessed with the housing, the affordable housing. That one I can give him 3 because he is trying to pull up his socks. So I'll give him 3 because we can see he's doing something on the housing. On the issue of SHA, I'll give him 0.5% because SHA is not working. So many people are not accessing health care. So on the health care, I'll give him 0.5%. On the education, having introduced 53,000 shillings next year, I'll give him 1%, because that is a negative. Because people are bombarded with so many bills, they won't be able to pay for their kids' school fees. So on the issue of education, I'll give him 0.5%. On the issue of on the issue of PR, and how but he's a good orator. On the issue of oratory skills, I'll give him 10%. Because he's a good orator and he knows how to sell his ideas. So the issues of how he articulates his issues, 10%. But on the issues of development, I'll give him 3%. Yes.
Thank you very much for your opinion on and expectations on the State of the Nation address. Maybe I could speak to this gentleman right here. Unaitwa nani kakangu? Nitakushikia mic. Unieleze jina lako ni nani na unafanya shughuli gani katika mji wa Nairobi?
Kwa majina naitwa Bonvenja Mongela Kioko. Ninapiganga mobile shoeshine. Yeah.
Na tunajua kwamba leo Rais William Ruto atakuwa katika bunge la kitaifa pale akizungumza kuhusu mipango ya serikali na jinsi ile manifesto yake aliyotoa katika kampeni zake itakuwa imefikia wapi na maendeleo ya nchi yako wapi, uhuru wa kidemokrasia uko vipi. Wewe kama shoeshiner unaonaje hiyo speech yake inakuathiri vipi wewe?
Saa mimi naweza sema tu atakuja kupeana kama tu zile stories zake za Bunwase zenye tu tumezoea. Alituahidi vitu mingi hajatimiza, na unaona bado miaka imesonga, imebaki I think miaka 2 sasa, ndio sasa hii miaka 2 sioni kama kuna kitu yenye meye anaweza fanya.
Na kama kwa kazi yako hii ya kupiga viatu rangi katika mji huu, unaona inaendelea vipi? Juzi niliona kwamba vile vituo vya kupigia rangi ambavyo vilikuwa katika maeneo kadhaa katika mji huu wa Nairobi vilitolewa. Je, hatua hiyo iliathiri vipi maisha yenu ama shughuli yenu ya kutafuta kipato?
Mimi wacha niseme hapo kwangu mimi hakuna mali niathiri juu mimi nikiingia nilianza tu nikiwa mobile shoeshiner. Mimi niliona kwangu hiyo ndio inalipa. Lakini sasa tuseme kama hizi pesa alikuwa anapeana sijui zinaitwaje?
Inaitwa Nyota.
Kuna hizi zingine alikuwa
na Hustler Fund.
Sasa tuseme kama atupe hizo pesa sisi kama Gen Z, tuanze biashara dogo dogo. Tuseme nianze kama biashara hii yangu dogo, inateki kitu kama 2000. Ukipiga shughuli yako tena umepatana na kanjo, anakula kitu, unapata mwingine anakula kitu, unaona? Na sasa hata akikupea bado haitakusaidia. So kitu ya kwanza anafaa angalie, si kama Gen Z umeanza biashara dogo hapa jijini Nairobi, anafaa angalie hii biashara itaenda aje bila kusumbuliwa na watu kama makanjo hivyo. Juu hii pesa hata mtu anaweza jitafutia ovyo aanze biashara kuliko hii hata yeye anapeana, si ndio? Lakini sasa utapata akikupea, ukifanya biashara kanzo tena anakuja anachukua. Unapata wewe utapata kitu kingine. Nasema kama hizi affordable housing. Mimi nasema mimi kama nakaa, tuseme unajua kila mtu yeye anajielewa, kuna watu kadhaa tu wako kama mimi, si ndio? Mimi nakaa nyumba ya 2000. Kwa hizo affordable housing naweza pata nyumba ya 2000, siwezi pata. So hata hizo nyumba mimi kwangu sioni kama zinaweza nisaidia.
Naam, tukiendelea muda wa saa 8:30 hivi hadi hapo around saa 10 hivi rais atakuwa amemaliza hotuba yake katika bunge la kitaifa. Je, unatarajia kwamba kuna kitu ambacho kitabadilika?
Mimi kwangu sioni, juu hiyo tumezoea. Obvious mikutano imekuwa mingi tangu aingie, bado mimi sijaona kitu inabadilika. Kitu ya kwanza anafaa angalie ni economy sana. Juu kwanza tukiangalia, tuseme kama hapa Kenya single mothers ni wengi sana, si ndio? Utapata kuna single mother kuna watoto wake kama 3. Unga unaona vile iko juu. Sasa hata wale watoto kushiba ni ngori manze.
Nashukuru sana ndugu yangu na kila laheri katika patapata zako za Nairobi. Asante sana. Now back to studio, and those are some of the opinion from Kenyans regarding the State of the Nation address. Remember, we are just here to collect views and opinions to measure whether the State of the Nation address is in tandem with the realities on the ground. And so far, those are some of the opinions from Kenyans. As you can see, they are giving quite a low rating of the State of the Nation address ahead of President Ruto's official appearance before Parliament. Now I'll give it back to studio.
All right, thank you so much, my colleague Sydney Chazime, for that update. And of course, we'll be bringing you in later on in the course of this show. And right now in studio, I have a group of youth and of course, young men and a lady. Today, we only have one lady in studio. I didn't even realize that. But of course, we want to hear from the youth what they expect to hear from President William Ruto today as he addresses the state on his third State of the Nation address later on, starting anytime from 2:30 p.m. That is today. And of course, Kenyans are expectant. This comes at a time when, you know, a big populace of the country is just hopeful or hopeless. And they'll be here to talk to us about that. And we expect to hear everything under economy, cost of living, unemployment, education reforms, hustler economy, what the youth want the president to talk about. Basically, that is what this segment is going to focus on, and I'm going to pick it up from where Fred Indemuli has left it from. And we invite your feedback on our socials at TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. On X at TV47 Digital, and you can tag me as well at @Ann_Dida. Remember to use the hashtag Morning Cafe TV47 State of the Nation address. Once again, we also do welcome your feedback, and you can call in live because this today is your platform. What are your expectations as far as the President's State of the Nation address is concerned? And of course, if you're looking at it from the plan, which included a lot of issues, including transforming the country through economic stabilization. How's the economy stabilized? Interact with us, tell us, talk to us. Agricultural reforms, affordable and accessible healthcare, dignified housing, digital opportunities for the youth, broad-based inclusive development. Are you feeling the effect of everything that was outlined in the plan that is President William Ruto's manifesto in 2022? Well, remember that the State of the Nation address is given yearly at around this time of the year, every year, November. So once again, what you expect, and our reporters are spread across the country. We'll also be joining my colleagues in Mashinani from across the 47 counties to tell us what citizens of those various areas are expecting, you know, today in regards to, you know, the state of the economy, cost of living, where, you know, you feel the pinch the most. We do love to hear your feedback. My colleague Liz Mutuku will also be live from Parliament with a panel of guests, that is lawmakers, to also just bring us up to speed with what they think about, you know, this year's State of the Nation address. This is the third and most probably they call it the 13th State of the Nation address as a President William Ruto. We'll also be looking at our collective responsibility as a country to just be part of ensuring that the nation is going into the right direction. What is our responsibility as a nation? If you're looking at today's report, there is a scorecard that has been given by the Daily Nation, which they have outlined it very perfectly. It talks about healthcare, the progress and the promises that were made, implementation of universal healthcare coverage. How are you feeling it? It aimed to ensure equitable access, reduce corruption, and of course improve efficiency. But there are some loopholes there, according to this newspaper, and they say SHA debt crisis has persisted even as of 2025, that is still at 76 billion shillings. Referral hospitals are still owed around 15 billion shillings. If you look at agriculture and cost of living, which of course was supposed to provide relief of the cost of living, that is agriculture reforms. It aimed to reduce inflation and cost of living, of course, through improved food production. As it stands, inflation fell to 2.7%. That is a good sign, lowest in 17 years. And import dependency ratio also dropped to 17.3%, which showed an improved local food production. But are you feeling the stroke? And that is the question that we're asking you this morning. When you look at finance and economy, the president has time and time again assured the citizens of this great nation that it has stabilized to strengthen the economy and promote GDP growth and, of course, job creation. And if you're looking at it in broader length, the shilling has appreciated from 162 to 129 to the dollar. That is 20% gain, and it has stayed there for 3 months in the longest time. GDP growth slowed as well to 4.7% in 2024 from 5.7% in 2023. And of course, 782,000 new jobs created in informal sector. We're talking about 782,000 jobs, but are you among these 782,000 new jobs? Are you a beneficiary of them? Again, talk to us on our socials. We'll be happy to hear from you. I think it's time to engage my panel who are ready in studio. Thank you so much, Director, for that. And I think I'll give each and everyone a chance to introduce themselves as we, of course, set the pace for this conversation. We have border riders in studio, as I had mentioned. Of course, when you remember, President William Ruto rode on the Hustler Nation narrative. But are they feeling the benefits of, them being the backbone of the economy? Let's start from the very far end. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to you. Thanks for having me. I'm Zakaria Muhia, a border rider at Githurai 45 and also an online rider. Yeah, according to me, I think it will take a good turn, but I expect him to focus on the welfare of the riders and the welfare of the people. I think health-wise, we need to have something about that.
All right, there you see as if there's some gaps in the healthcare system as it is at the moment.
Yeah, a lot. Let's be honest with ourselves. I think the SHA thing is not well working like the previous NHIF.
All right, and of course, maybe kuna mwingine ako na different opinion as to whether the SHA is working or not.
Yeah.
You'll tell us. Next.
Thank you for having me. I'm Joyce Nyambura from Murang'a County, a youth leader and also a student. So mostly I'll be talking more of the university, how it has really affected us for the 49 days that there was the strike that was going on.
All right, so what are your expectations on today's President's State of the Nation address?
Okay, to me I expect that he should focus on the health sector and also the education sector. There's the way that they are saying that they're going to add the fees, our parents, they are going to suffer a lot. It will really affect them. And also to stop these ongoing strikes from the teachers, from the lecturers now and then. Yes.
All right, let's hear from the gentleman next to you.
My name is Frank Francis of Kanga, youth leader also political activist and analyst. First allow me to, since I'm not in the studio, since we lost the Prime Minister, allow me to convey my message of condolences to all Kenyans and the family at large. Today is the most critical day, not only for the president but the country at large, because we expect, many Kenyans expect the president to relieve himself, because there has been a lot going on, and it's expected that from that state of the nation address, there will be a different...
Frank, just hold on there. We've lost your microphone, but we'll fix it in a bit. Let's hear from the gentleman next to me.
I'm happy to be here. Kwa majina, I'm Nicholas Maina, Gitonga. Kwa jina ya mtaa ni Maina wa Githurai. Actually, mimi sitaraji mengi kwa our president. Natarajia tu uwazi kuhusu uchumi na pia hatua za kiukweli za kupunguza gharama ya maisha isikue ni porojo tu kwake. Maana natumai atazingatia our constitution article 10 ambapo inasema tuko na maneno mingi sana ambayo anafaa kufuatilia, lakini nikiangalia amekeuka sheria. Ya kwanza nikiangalia ni kama human dignity. Unakumbuka vizuri tuliandamana. There are some abductions, we were killed. And finally, the solution, nakumbuka our president said, tukue short kwa mguu. Na pia naangalia uongozi bora, na ingine ni integrity na mengi ambayo iko katika hiyo kitengo ya article 10 na tutaiangalia zaidi. Yes.
Asante sana, and we'll be back to talk more about Githurai. Ground ya Githurai inasema vipi as of today? Unaona leo asubuhi we'll be back. The other gentleman on my left.
Thank you very much. My name is Peter Mwangi Odanga. I'm a youth leader, Jammu, DCP youth leader in Kiambu. And my expectations ama matarajio yangu leo si mengi. You see, we have a president who focuses on PR, hearsay, gossips, and exaggeration. He doesn't substantiate the things he says. Atakuja tu leo atatupatia figures, says that employment will increase from this number to this number, but he will not substantiate. When you look during the COVID time, we really have mechanisms to gauge the data that the government can be able to provide. But unfortunately, the government does not substantiate. Leo atakuja aseme nimejiri vijana 1,500, nilikuwa nimeahidi milioni moja nimeahidi. But when you ask for accountability, that is where we draw a line. Atakuja na zingine anza kusema more promises. So aseme amepunguza gharama ya maisha, aseme the economy or the shilling is stabilizing. But of course we know the dynamics behind it. Unapata they release the dollar reserves from our national treasury, and then into our we have projects that are being done locally. So if you want to manage to ensure that the dollar comes down, you start doing projects using dollar within the economy. Then kunakuwa na more dollars within the economy. So we end up having more dollars, meaning
Right.
Then you'll say I'm a stabilized economy, of course, which is not the reality. We are supposed to transact with dollars outside the country. But if they do that within the economy, then utapata dola inashuka, but that is not.
All right, just hold on to that. Let's hear from the gentleman next to you.
Kwa majina ni Emmanuel, bodaboda rider from Embakasi, na pia mimi ni wa online. Matarajio yangu siku ya leo kwa rais ni atusaidia kama wana bodaboda, haswa kipindi hiki tunaumia, tunahangaika sana kama wana bodaboda. Rais atusikia na tukumbuke, kwa maana kivyangu naweza amka siku niseme target yangu maybe ni hiki, lakini unakuta siku imeenda mbaya. Kufika jioni unakuwa matarajio yako hayajaingiana. Kwa hivyo niliona tulikuwa na maandamano hapo nyuma, na wale drivers walisikizwa ni drivers wa magari. Nimeona wameongezewa from 22% to 33.2%. Wale wanatumia gari ya 1050 cc's. Na wale wanatumia gari ya from 2500 cc's to 3000 cc wameongezewa from 30 something % to 66%. So naomba pia kwa riders wa pikipiki, kwa sababu pia ndio ilikuwa main agenda ya rais wakati anafanya campaigns, pia atuone asitusahau, maana pia anatuhitaji hapo mbele. Asante.
All right, and just to echo what Peter is talking about, in 2022, if you remember, President Ruto's campaign was built squarely on the hustler nation, and the idea that government should shift focus from big corporations, of course, to small and ordinary Kenyans, and that included boda riders, mama mbogas, small-scale traders, juakali operators, unemployed youth, small farmers, and informal sector workers. The promise was essentially for decades. Government has served the rich, and now it's time for the hustlers. Lakini, as we can hear already, it's like they're feeling the pinch. But Peter, tukisalia hapo kwako tu, hizi challenges ambazo mna face as bodabodas ni kama gani? You know, you're talking about drivers wamesikizwa, au walienda wakaongea zile challenges zao, but wewe kama Peter, wewe mwenyewe kiatu inakufinyia wapi?
Mimi as a rider, naamini kila kazi lazima matarajio ya kazi ni pesa. Sitafanya kazi bila pesa. Wakati mwanzo riders wakianza online bodaboda, kazi imekuwa sawa. Lakini saa hizi kulingana na hali ya maisha nini, watu wamefinywa pesa. Sijui ni kutokana na app ama ni kutokana na mikakati ya serikali. Lakini ningeomba serikali ingilie kati. Kama ni kumaanisha ni kampuni ya app, tafadhali ingilie kati ili waweze kuongezea rider pesa, kwa sababu ukiangalia sasa hivi tukipiga hesabu ya kutoka hapa mahali tuko mpaka town, utapata ni around 260, which is nimefanyia kazi hasara. sababu siwezi fuel mafuta ya 200 nipeleke town na 60 bob. So rice atuongezee at least ikiwa 300 350 it's good. Pia kuangalia pande ya mtu mwingine, tusifinye customer na tusifinye rider. Pia niangazie swala fulani la afya. Mimi binafsi nimekuwa mgonjwa last week. Nimeenda hospitali moja kubwa nikaambiwa SHA ifanye. It's a private hospital. Nikaambiwa SHA for now it is not working. So you will pay cash. Na mimi si capable kulipa cash. Ukienda kwa storia ya insurance, bado insurance haifanyi. So naomba rais aweke mikakati kwa sababu nikiangalia pande ya afya kulingana na rais ako sawa, lakini I think it is surrounding people. Hiyo surrounding ndio imefanya hawezi manage the afya. Lakini afya yenyewe iko sawa, aongeze pesa. Ili mwananchi wa kawaida yule wa mashinani akienda hospitalini apate kutibiwa. SHA haifanyi, anywhere haifanyi, iwe ni serikali, iwe ni private hospital haifanyi. Naomba rais atuangalie. Kwa sababu kama mimi kivyangu kama rider natoa wapi cash ya kulipa? Kwa sababu nikienda hospitalini nipate nimelazwa siku 3-4. Sitakuwa na pesa ya kulipa cash. Naomba atuangalie kwa kadi na pia tushikane. Sababu pia akituangalia vizuri 2027 na sisi tutamuona vizuri. But asipotuona pia sisi tutahama. Na pia ningependa kuongelea kuhusu association ya riders from our chairman. Our chairman is not working. As from now riders wanaandamana. Chairman hajaonekana mahali popote akiongelea. Tukienda kwa historia ya sako. Chairman sijamuona mahali akiongelea kuhusu sako. Because right now huwezi ingia town bila sako. Kuna zile barabara zimewekwa tayari mabango. Huwezi ingia kama hauna reflector ya sako. Lakini naomba pia tuangaliliwe hiyo maneno. Kwa sababu tukiangaliliwa tutaweza pia kuwa na uhuru wa kufanya kazi zetu. Ni hayo.
Wacha nisikize from Zachary on this other side, because I understand you're talking more from the point of, you know, riders who deal with apps. Wanjala. So sijui kama uko ground ile unaona wale wanakaa pale stage. I don't know, Zachary, if you also deal with apps or from the stage.
I deal with both.
Okay.
Yeah, so I deal with the app. I use Bolt, and I deal with the other offline job.
Yeah.
So according to me, on my side, kazi iko chini. Let's be honest with ourselves. And like a normal day, you can make like 1,500 shillings. So you have to fuel 600. So I thought the subsidy last time from the previous government, it used to help. Kwa sababu sasa venye walitoa subsidy, you have to dig deep in our pockets for us to get pesa ya kufuel. So I think hata anafaa aongelelea about economic wise, ajue pia economy bado people wenye wako chini, because he talked about the bottom up, and the bottom up hata ukiangalia on that logo ya hiyo nini zake hizo manifesto yake, he was talking much about the boda guy and the mama mboga person. Akasema itakuwa bottom up, but it is now the vice versa. So according to me, niko ground, I'm usually at Kasarani and Githurai 45, and according to venye operations zinafanywa, it is not good. It's not something to smile about. So anaweza angalia up, as my colleague has said, but bado anaweza angalia the other things. Kama sasa hii mambo yenye tunakimbizwa about this reflector circle, hauwezi enda mahali popote from Kasarani to Nairobi to Kileleshwa to anywhere, you can't operate without this reflector. Hii reflector, the riders have to dig deep again in their pockets, waregister hii sako. Watu wengi wanaona ni kama wanalazimishiwa kuingia hii sako, unaona. And me, according to my knowledge, enye najua hata mali nasimama na wale watu wengine, most of the people wenye wanabeba na bodaboda wameventure into this business are ex-reformees, au watu wengi ni reformees, watu wengi walikuwa wakora. So if hii situation itaforce watu waache kubeba na bodaboda, warudi to the previous zile vitu walikuwa wanafanya, then we'll have a very unsafe country. Because as for me, mimi watu wenye najua kadhaa, they didn't have bodaboda. Walikuja after Ruto introduced a very good thing here, 9,800 yenye watu wanapewa spiral, these are motorbike electric, but batteries kakuja zikaanza kuwa fail, so watu wengi wakaona tena ni kama it's a type of a scam, of which I don't want to say anything kwa sababu we are waiting tuone Kenya ata address leo, and then we have to wait for somebody to do the exam ndio tumakie, of which will mark in 2027, in 2 years. I think it's 1.5 years time. So according to me, naona hii nafaa ilegezwe sana, of which I don't know if it even passed in Senate because it was just proposed. Sasa unapelekwa mpaka kotini na unapigwa fine ya 5,000. As a bodaboda rider mwenye I'm living hand to mouth, nitatoa wapi 5,000 ya kujibail out? So you are forcing me to go back to the previous life yenye nilikuwa, of which I don't know, maybe I was a thief, I was a pickpocketer, I was something. Sasa the moment unanifinya, then nitafinya the next person. So I think leo state of the address, according to me personally, anafaa ongelele the bottom up thing yenye ilikuwa the main agenda. Atuongelele sisi watu wa bodaboda, mama mboga pia they are suffering. Yeah, I can tell you for a fact.
It cuts across.
Yeah, it cuts across. Because huyu akifinywa anafinya the, if you can push me na push the next person. So hii mambo ya hiyo reflectors and everything, watu wanafaa wakuje at least wakue considerate. And then about this online platform and everything, I think it is up to us. Sisi wenyewe ndio tunaweza kuja tu tuamue what we will do to curb this problem yenye we are facing as a country. But so far so good. I don't think tunafaa kwanza kumjudge. Maybe anaweza fanya magic for the remaining 1 year. We don't know.
I like that you're hopeful that there's something that can be done. Like you'll allow me to finish up with, the Hustler Nation. We are focusing on the Hustler Nation sababu the whole essence of the plan is to elevate the Hustler Nation. So let's hear from Martin Munye, who has just joined us this morning. Habari ya asubuhi, Martin. What are your expectations today with regard to what the president will be addressing today? Pass this handheld to him kindly. Yes. Shikilie tu vizuri karibu na mdomo.
Tuaje kusumbuliwa. Okay, sako iko sawa. Tukataa iko sawa. Lakini watupe tu time kwanza. Unajua imekuja tu once tu na waiting for
All right. And even as we wait for that, now let's come back to Githurai. Ground ya Githurai inasema vipi? We're talking about the state of the economy, cost of living, health. Mnasemaje hapo ground?
Mimi kama a youth leader na mfanyabiashara wa kule Githurai na pia kiongozi wa huko, kule shida ni mingi sana, ambapo unapata devolution ya our president, ugawaji wa mali ni mbaya sana. Maana nakumbuka vizuri hata kama hiyo soko hatujaingia, kuna soko iko hapo alitujengea phase 1, alafu akakuja akalaunch. After kulaunch akatuambia kuna phase 2 ambayo itakuja. Hadi wa leo nakumbuka ni karibu miaka 3 sasa. Bado hiyo soko haijakamilika wala hata haijaanza. So tungeomba yale ambao wanayosema, tafadhali tu rais, tunaomba utimize tu. Maana hata ukiingia kwa ground pia uchumi ni mbaya pale. Kule Githurai unajua ni mwananchi wa hali ya food to mouth, ambapo unapata biashara zimesorota kule. Kule biashara iko chini, ambapo unapata kama mtu ni mtu wa kuuza viazi, vitunguu, kule tulikuwa tunaenda kuchukua kule Tanzania. Tunarudi huku Kenya. Kufika huko sasa huko ishafungwa. Sasa tunategemea za Kenya. Kenya unapata kuleta mali huku bado ni issue. So I think uchumi kule Githurai haiko sawa, lakini tunatumai yale ambayo alituambia ni bottom up itaingiana leo tukisikiza hotuba yake leo.
So everybody is hopeful. That is a good sign. if hope is there, then we'll be hearing from the rest. Nimeona Peter amekunja macho, lakini utatuambia kwa nini umekunja macho hivyo. Frank, I cut you short. You're talking to us about your expectations today. And even as you do so, from where you left it from, ground, from where you come from, inasema vipi?
Yeah, as I had earlier said, that today's State of the Nation address is the most critical one, not only to the president, but also to the entire country. Because as I had said, that it is a relieving moment, the last strike, because we only have 1.5 years to election. So if the president has to maybe do the final beneficial changes, then it has to be today in the State of the Nation address. Otherwise, ground-wise, Kenyans feel that you listen to many Kenyans across the country. Kenyans feel that they are prisoners to the state, disguised as a tax independence government. But there are so many things to be considered. And I know when the president is going to address the nation today, he has to be very honest. The president has been touring almost every country, every county in our country.
Yeah.
At least he has been listening to the players of every Kenyans. But we also have to question the presidents, those who are working in different ministries with the president. Specifically the health one, the health and the education sector. We also have the business hustle and those economic reforms. Are these people telling the president the reality? Because, you know, presidency, the president may come today and declare maybe, let's say maybe tomorrow, it's a public holiday. But is the ministry in charge going to implement it? I think the most problems with our country lie in between the states, those people who are working with the states, then the Kenyans. So you find that maybe something is, maybe the government has released certain funds in the health sector, because I've been so keen in the health sector, and whatever is happening in the health sector, you know, we cannot expect that, you know, this is a new system. So we cannot, we are not over-expecting that it's a new system that will just be perfect. It has to take different circles. The only mistake I feel that ground-wise, from experience, it's a new system, but the focus was taken into more higher levels than the basic ones. You know, when we want to have a universal health coverage, as the president said, it's a very good thing. But we have to look at the basic diseases. There are so many basic diseases, the common diseases, malaria, and all that. But now you go to hospital and you see you're told that if it's an outpatient, it's a different criteria. If it's inpatient, then they try to, you know, cut those expenses. Again, the share thing, share is not bad. Let us be honest. It's a very good system, if well implemented. The only problem is that funds are released, but now the hospitals, some of these hospitals are playing games. In fact, the government hospitals are the ones to lead as an example.
So corruption is persistent in the healthcare sector?
It's a vice. I feel it's a vice because you go to this hospital, you are told a different thing. You go to the other hospital, you are told a different thing. I'm also expecting the president to be honest, because our country now, it's a stage whereby it feels everyone has their own opinions. The country is losing direction because people feel like wamefinywa sana. It was expected that this is a government that is going to be a hustler nation. You know, a hustler nation, everyone is hustling, so everyone is going to be, it's going to be inclusive of everyone. But with time, things have taken a different turn. You look at from the whatever happened in June 2024, the protests, it was also critical. It's also another juncture that today it's also critical. So I just expect that the president is not going to promise anything, but rather focus on implementing on the promises that we've had. Because we also have to, you know, this is a healing nation.
Yeah.
You know, there is something that we have to be honest. You know, politicians are misleading this nation. They're not giving the real facts. Politicians only take their side that make people erupt into, you know, praises and all that. But this is a healing nation.
They're telling you what you want to hear.
Exactly. This is a healing nation.
But what do you want to hear? If they're telling you what you want to hear and that is not it for you, then what do you want to hear? Because
the reason I'm telling you that, we have to understand that, for example, in the estimation of 2024, 2025 debt servicing, do you know Kenya use 57% of what it collects to service debt? You know? So if you're using 57% to service debt, what are we remaining with to do all the projects in the country? You know, leading a state, it's not an easy thing. There are a lot of things that has to be considered. So those are the things that a politician will not come to tell you. They only tell you what they want you to hear so that you can erupt into 1 term, 2 term, and all that. But you have to be honest. This is a healing nation.
All right.
Because this is a nation that, you know, the last regime left this government with almost everything was subsidized. But again, now when President Ruto came in, he did away with the subsidies. So now we're certainly now depending on whatever we're having.
Yeah.
Yes.
So kila kitu bado imepanda. Let's hear from Murang'a. Ground ya Murang'a inasema vipi? You know, you said you're also a student at the Technical University of Kenya, and we'll be looking at how the education reforms and education funding is affecting your students, and of course how it's reflecting on your parents as well. But how is Murang'a County ground inasema vipi? And even as you talk to us about Murang'a, ground your students in a, because I know you hold a position. You're Miss Technical University of Kenya, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I know you had the capacity to, you know, talk about matters education or be in such spaces. How is the ground?
Well, first of all, I'll start from Murang'a. Murang'a youths really, first of all, there are so many people who are graduating. Unemployment is the first thing that really hinders us as youths. You see, then you hear the president has said that he has employed 5,000 youths. We wonder which youths have they employed. If none of them from my space is employed by the president, as he says, who is he employing outside here? So you wonder these jobs that he says that he's seeking jobs from outside. You find out that these agencies are also related to him. You see, so like, when you go outside there, you're being told that you're going to get a job from, maybe you are an electrical engineer, then you're told that you're going to get a job as a chauffeur. So you wonder, I've stayed 6 years in doing this course, then you're going to hire me as a chauffeur. So yes, it's a job that you have created, but is it the exact job that really requires, as per my degree says, or as per my master's says? So unemployment is the biggest thing that I can say as from the youths, and we expect that the president should really consider us as youth. If he doesn't want us to go back to the protest, then he should employ us, because if we are not having any jobs, that's why we get the time to go to the protest and even to do other things that ain't good for us. So we'll say that he should create even more and more opportunities. There are so many people who are in these big offices who are even past ages, they don't want to retire. And us as youth, we're the ones who we have that zeal, we have that strength to be in those positions. But those people are just there sitting, they don't want to resign from those positions. That's really, it really hurts us. And even from now, the education sector, the new funding model is not as we expected it to be. It's really hindering us. Inatunyanyasa sana hadi kwa wazazi. Like unapata mzazi ako huko nyumbani anang'ang'ana kupata pesa, but so the funding model like imewekwa juu, like venye wanapanga ati the first bunch, second bunch, wanasema from the needy student, unapata dio needy ndio wanapata kitu kama 20,000 na ule mwenye ako ile class ya juu anapata pesa nyingi, so unashindwa like alitumia criteria gani when building this new funding model, so it's not really working as we expected it to work.
So from where you sit, when we talk about from needy to people who are capable of, you know, living well, for lack of a better word, you're saying that sometimes somebody who is needy will get a lower amount than somebody who is at a higher class, higher status?
Yeah, you find someone that akona school fees anafaa kulipa kitu kama 70,000 but the government only offers 20,000, so unashindwa na mwingine mwenye maybe school fees yake haiko juu and anapata pesa mingi, so like it's not really balanced, like hawakutumia the exact statistics, like hawakukuja for kujua hao watu wanafaa kupata pesa according aje, so like it's really not fair.
So that is the situation on ground?
Yes.
According to, in as far as education reforms and education funding model is concerned.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else relates to that. Lakini if anybody does, mtatuambia. But let's hear from Kiambu. What is the status of Kiambu County? Unajua wewe ni youth leader, DCP.
Yes.
Ground ya Kiambu inasema vipi?
Sitaki kutumia ile jina inatumika.
Use your microphone.
Sitaki kutumia ile jina inatumika ya kusema one term, two term. Ingawa kwetu ni one term. Now, you see, the purpose of any government is to inspire hope, faith, dignity. And this government was on the premise of promising popular promises, that tutaangalia mama mboga, tutaangalia watu wa boda boda, tutaangalia funding model, tutaangalia NHIF itakuwa free gas, employment. Now, all these promises ambazo ziliahidiwa, let's take for example employment. We always get inflated figures. I expect leo, Rais, if I was to ask, atupatie real figures. Don't give us just an inflated figure, a bigger number from last year, ya kuonyesha ati umefanya kazi, umeajiri watu kazi, and then there are no statistics on the ground to prove that. Uanze kutuambia sijui hii affordable housing, umepatia watu vibarua, na you are considering that as an employment. Honestly, that is a wage. That is not an employment. And then we also don't know the real figures. If we ask you, give us that list, utuambia ni Otieno nimeajiri, will not produce. Unasema umepatia watu kazi, and then you give us overseas jobs. And then you don't even follow up. You just take your CS for labor and then unamstick, unamwambia enda patiana kazi. And then that CS doesn't even follow up on the welfare of the person ambaye amepewa kazi huko Saudi Arabia. We have very many serious cases. Some of hata wameenda kwa wamejipata kwa vita ya Russia na Ukraine. Why? Because the president is just there offering groping for answers ama nini, kutafuta tu solution for anything that looks like a solution. The reason why today SHA is not working is because the president has not inspired faith. There's no way the government will come. I mean, at his ndio italipia SHA. No, it's not that. It was SHA ama NHIF. NHIF was working because Kenyans used to contribute. Today, Kenyans are not contributing to SHA. That is why it's not working. And the reason why Kenyans are not contributing is because they don't trust the president. We want a president we can hold to account. Atuambie nimefanya hivi, niliahidi hivi, nimefanya hivi. But who do we have in office today? Someone who will just take a microphone and say anything. Just that appears to impress the public. We even invited him as youths to X. That time tuliandamana in June. We told him, let us reason together. Unaona? We told him this is what we want. We want debt ya nchi tuijue ni how much it is. He said we'll do this, we'll cut down on spending. But what do we see? Every day tunaona anapandisha gharama ya maisha, anaongeza watu. Anasema nime cut down on nini ya bibi yangu. But we know there are more behind the curtains, there are expenditures. You see, currently we have by-elections in Mbeere North and Malava. Yes.
Mbali.
Swali moja. Some of these by-elections were triggered by him appointing people who have already been elected in a cost 500,000 to do these by-elections. Someone who had at heart the welfare of Kenyan citizen, ordinary mwananchi, should not have, you know, a budget yetu nakutanga ni 4 trillion. But this person triggered an election that it to cost nearly $500 billion. Why? If you were to cut costs, hakukuwa nafaa ku appoint the same people. He needed to consider others. Unaona? Because kama wale sasa tungekuwa na by elections. What I'm saying is, as much as the president is keen on promising, let us see the reality, transforming the things he says into actions. Because the reason why Kenyans are not contributing to SHA, and that's why it's not working, it's because watu hamuamini. Utatuambia leo itafanya kazi. So because you don't trust, you won't contribute. And this is a scheme that is supposed to be funded by wananchi. It's an insurance that inafandiwa na wananchi. Haifandiwi na government, but if you don't trust the government, you will not contribute.
As you said, this is a new system,
yes,
which of course I know Frank said it's new, it's normal for you to have some teething problems. Then if you as Kenyans are not contributing to this fund, then isn't it making it quite hard to implement what it's aimed to achieve?
Exactly.
Because if you're not contributing, ideally you should be contributing for it to run.
Yes.
Isn't that the case?
The reason why people are not contributing, you know, the purpose of the presidency is to inspire unity, the symbol of unity. National pride, no na umoja. But if the president is the first person ambaye his clique, they are the first ambao corruption stabs at their back. Unapata kama juzi. We saw a clip doing rounds where one of his kin ama rafiki tu wa karibu anapima pesa na kgs. And then you ask me to contribute. Why do zintadhani hiyo pesa inaporwa? So you find Kenyans will not have faith with this government. So the first thing, if the president comes, let him start by implementing ama inspiring faith, because that is the biggest problem we have. Akisema anapatiana kazi, I would rather aseme I've just employed 10, which he can be able to account for, instead of giving us a figure that he doesn't. He just wants to mention a huge figure that is higher than last year. Yeah. So today, if he's going to give us, let him give real figures. Yes. Situation kwa ground is different. Isikue benye anatuambia is not reflecting.
Yes.
Okay.
And
you wanted to contribute something?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And to add on that, nakumbuka kwa gava ya Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, watu walikuwa wanapewa training ya 1 month, 1 good month before you travel outside for good
jobs.
Yes. Now, in this government of William Samoei Ruto, you are being trained for 14 days only. Uniambie 14 days utakuwa umesoma nini? Ndio maana unapata ya kwamba wanaenda huko and wanapata cases mingi sana. Like gazeti ya juzi ilikuwa inasema watu wengi wametoka Kenya, wanaenda kutafuta job nje. Huyo mtu ametrainiwa wiki 2, zilireduciwa from 30 days to 14 days. 14 days hakuna kitu mtu atakuwa amesoma. Sasa ukifika kule, matarajio ya mwenye amekuita huko inakuwa chini. So unapata anaanza kunyanyaswa. Na the funny thing about our government is very funny because they don't care. When you go outside for jobs, you are on your own. Nakumbuka hao watu wetu wawili walikuwa wameshikwa huko Uganda. Ilibidi tu someone to like Uhuru Kenyatta, and the government is there. We have someone like this guy, the prime minister currently.
Prime cabinet secretary.
Yes. Yeye kazi yake ni gani? Alikuwa amenyamaza tu mpaka Uhuru akaingilia wakafika. So I expect our president to be very honest today. I expect him to mean what he says. He walks his talks, na asituahidi kitu anajua it's impossible for this 1 year yenye imebaki. So something else I add on this thread of mine here.
Yeah.
The debt of our country. Currently it is totaling to 11 trillion.
Yeah, 11 trillion.
11 trillion. And the funny thing is 1.59 trillion tunafaa kulipa za nje. You can imagine 1.59 trillion we are supposed to pay them outside country. Now, hii debt ikifika Kenya, what do we do? Tunafanyia nini? For example, I'm worried because our parents come January wataanza kulia. Maana hakuna masomo ya bure tena. We will start paying school fees. So mimi naahidi wazazi pia mahali wako sherehe wapunguze sasa, hakuna 25th venye tulikuwa tunasherehekea date 25, nothing like that. Now you save, you pay school fees. And again, somewhere like Githurai, where I stay, it's very funny because we don't have a hospital. Githurai 45, Muchi
No
Ward.
hospital in Githurai?
We don't have a hospital.
As big as it is.
Yes.
As big as it is.
Yeah.
Githurai 45 carries a total registered voters of 40, almost 40,000. 50 as per now. Now you can tell me, Githurai 45, we don't have a hospital, we don't have a playground.
Yeah.
Hiyo nini yote na utalipa SHA. Sasa ndio maana unapata mimi nakaa Githurai, sina hospitali huko.
Yeah.
Unaelewa? Sina playing ground. Juzi mtoto ameanguka kwa mtaro hapo, maana anachezea kwa barabara. Basically alituambia ni bottom up. Musalia Mudavadi, I remember Musalia Mudavadi once said, bottom up ukifanya hivi ni kufanya nini?
Kukunywa.
Ni kukunywa, ni kama ametukunywa kabisa. So mimi nalilia watu wangu sana huko Githurai 45 because one, we need a hospital, we need a playground. In Githurai we only have one school, public school, Mwiki Primary School, one, ambapo ukienda huko kumejaa hivi. Na sasa, what are you telling us that the president is coming to analyze? He should analyze kile amefanya, na in fact mimi am very eager to listen what he will say na what he has achieved. Because tukiangalia kama ni corruption, watu wake tunaona wakizunguka na pesa, tunaona wakifanya empowerment. Let me ask a question. Empowerment, if you empower, kuna empowerment gani kubwa kuliko masomo? If you empower me with a bodaboda today na uninyanyase masomo pale mbele, hiyo ni empowerment gani? Juu tunaona wakizunguka, wanatupea beans, wanatupea bodabodas, na ilihali masomo tunaanza kulipa. Hiyo ni bottom up gani? You're giving me bodaboda today, tomorrow I pay school fees. I think you should make my school easier and then nitajisaidia na bodaboda. Maana umenyanyasa kuanzia pale chini mpaka huko juu.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Martin once again. Tukuje hii side, wamenyamaza sana. Na ninaona ni kama Wanjala is very stressed. Is this the state of the economy that is stressing him? Ni stress? Don't worry. Martin, are you registered to SHA? Kwa nini? Kwa nini huja register kwa SHA? I forgot you did not have a microphone. Kindly pass this to him. Let's start from that point.
Yes.
You said you're not registered.
Yeah.
Kwa SHA.
Yeah.
Why?
Because hata ukiangalia SHA yenyewe itumiki. Hata ukienda wapi, hosi gani yoyote haitumiki.
Umejaribu kutumia kweli? Because you say you're not registered.
Okay.
SHA. So
My
then,
wife
have you
ameregister,
tried
mtu
using
wangu
it?
ameregister.
Okay.
Lakini juzi alikuwa hosi akaambiwa itumiki.
Let's get it from we do apologize for that.
No more excuses. It's time to rise, grind, and own your mornings. Join Coach Shadrach Oma every Monday to Friday from 5:30 to 6 a.m. only on TV47. Full body workouts, zero equipment, maximum results. Start strong, stay strong. TV47 Fitness with Coach Shadrach only on TV47. Looking for the perfect way to kick off your weekend?
Pole. Hiyo ni salamu ya Mluya kabisa.
Tune in to Friday with Betty, the most exciting show on TV.
Betty, one tear gun. Betty, I don't know where this guy's going.
From the latest news and trends to unforgettable moments.
I mean, you know,
Friday with Betty is your go-to show for a fabulous Friday night.
Meteorologist. What is that word, Willis?
Tune in this and every Friday at 9 p.m. and let's make your Fridays unforgettable. Only on TV47. Enjoy uninterrupted live streaming of your favorite programs on TV47 and Radio 47 on the go with our new mobile-friendly website. Experience the future of broadcasting. Visit www.tv47.digital or scan this QR code and stream your way to endless news and entertainment. Welcome to the home of untold stories.
This is Kenya's #1 talk show, Dr. Ferike tonight. My name is the Eagle himself. Dr. Ferike is my name.
We are flipping the script, but guess what? Or should I say, guess who is taking over tonight's show?
Anyway, furahia umekaa na kasukuni. CP unit ni Punet.
So you guys knew about
Piga.
Sawa basi. Sema, that I gave it the whole time.
I don't want to go back to brokenness.
Never.
I just love the high life. Siwezi taka kuimagine ati nimesota.
You'll have to watch to find out. Tune in every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m.
Next time you need fresh lemon juice, microwave a lemon for 7 to 10 seconds. Then roll the lemon back and forth under your palm on the counter. When you squeeze, you'll get more juice from the lemon with way less effort.
Start your day with Relationship Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. with Ann Odida. Dive deep into the dynamics of love, friendship, and family as we explore the stories that shape our connections. Then satisfy your appetite with Tasty Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. where Anne serves up delicious recipes, cooking tips, and the latest food trends to inspire your next meal. Relationship Wednesday and Tasty Wednesday every Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on Morning Cafe.
All right, we do apologize for that technical hitch, and thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching Morning Cafe, and the conversation you're having this morning is about the expected State of the Nation address, the third State of the Nation address by President William Ruto that is expected any time from 2:30 p.m. today. And of course, I have a group of youth in studio and business people, hustlers. Remember, the manifesto, the plan, rode on the hustler nation narrative. But are they feeling this in their pockets? As of course, they've been told they are the backbone of the economy. But is that really translating to what we're seeing now, as is the state of the nation? We welcome you to be part of this conversation on our socials, TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube, on X at TV47 Digital. And I can already see you on our socials. Justina Omai, thank you so much for watching. And she's saying Rais should explain to new mothers why they never got free supply of diapers as you promised 3 years ago. Thank you so much. McDon is saying, what do you want us to expect from a liar? Admin Bonakuwa serious. You just talk to us what you expect. You know, this president can talk about, so many things. We have economy, cost of living, unemployment, education, hustler economy, housing, digital opportunities for the youth with regard to, employment and unemployment. What are your expectations? Honorable Robert Makoha Wangoko anasema, I see you. Good morning. Teacher Musembi is saying confirmation of JSS intern teachers. And Wycliffe Strongman, good morning to you. Ken Siegel, this one has lost hope. Anasema what else rather than nimetenga na nitafanya na itajengwa na stima itafika. Nothing new. That is according to Ken. And Mzalendo Manu is also with another take of his. We do see you there on our socials. But before we had that very technical hitch, the short one, we were talking about SHA. And of course, we realized that Manu here, for example, Martin here, is not registered for SHA. Tusikie from Wanjala. Wanjala, umeregister kwa SHA? Yeah. Is it working for you?
As I said, SHA is not working.
Yeah.
Tuseme tu ukweli. Mimi nimekuwa mgonjwa, nilitembelea hospitali 3. Hazifanyi. Hata cards insurance hazifanyi kabisa. So rais atuangalie. Unajua kutengeneza hii nchi iwe mahali anataka yeye iende, lazima reshuffle the constitution. Kumaanisha tubadilishe constitution. Ndio ibadilishe venye anataka iende mahali anataka kwenda. As for me, there is some vieho ziko hapa lakini sioni zinafanya kazi gani. Cheo like Senate. What are they doing? Because kila kitu inapita bunge, after bunge iende Senate. Senate wanafanya kazi gani? To reshuffle this thing, because ukiangalia constitution yetu ya Kenya ina favor mheshimiwa, haini favor mimi mwananchi wa kawaida. Tuseme ukweli. Right now in Kenya we have 47 governors. As for me, tukienda kwa siasa, ningependa Kenya tuwe na magavana 4.
The whole nation?
The whole nation. Tuwe na 4 governors. Let us have East. Let me talk. As for me, nilisikia pia Kiomondi aliongelea kitu.
Okay.
It is a very issue, by the way, a very Ukiangalia tuko na West, tuko na East, tuko na South na North. These provinces, let us have 4 provinces in this country. Then these 4 provinces isimamiwe na governors. Then we upgrade a member of parliament to a county. We upgrade a member of county assembly to a constituency. Then tuko na wazee wa vijiji, chairmans, wanaweza simamia the wards. Because tukiangalia sasa tukirudi kwa magavana, tuko na 47 counties. Tukirudi up to 4 governors, tutakuwa tumebaki na pesa mingi sana ambayo inaenda kwa hawa watu, itabaki kwa account ya serikali na itafanya kazi mingi sana. Tukirudi kwa member of parliament, right now tuko na 295 member of parliament who are elected. Tukiongezea pamoja na wale nominated, we have around 400 member of parliament. They each earn 800,000. Hata inapita. It's a 1.5, wakikatwa inabaki around 1.2 to 800, but tunanganya 800. But tukiangalia from 800 the salary, tusiongelea about sitting allowances, and each other. But tuongelele sasa kuhusu salary yao 800, they get 800. Tukireduce washuke mpaka 47 plus nominated wakuwe kama nominated wakiwa kama 10. It's not good, it's not bad. Tuwe na 57. Utaona hiyo salary yote imeshuka, imekuja na imefanya kitu mzuri sana. And then unajua kitu kingine ningependa kuongelea ni kuhusu CSs. Tukiongelea for a new constitution yenye ningependa mimi kivyangu ibadilishwe, let the CS apply for a job. Right now tumeona, unajua kuna ma CS fulani wenye ni appointees wale hawawezi futwa kazi. Hata to reshuffle CSs hawawezi futwa kazi, watabadilishwa kwenda to another CS, but hata futwa kazi. Why? Because tukianza campaign tuko na ndugu yetu hapa hivi anataka kura huko Githurai. Ako na watu wale wa ndani wake. Kwa mfano huyu mtu ameinvest kwake, akitoka hapo ata expect amwache. It's obvious ataiba amrudishie, and this is not a good thing. So reason is the why I'm saying CS must apply for a job.
So corruption inaanza na sisi kama Wakenya.
Sisi si wenyewe wa Kenya, waheshimiwa.
See, you're saying if at all maybe he's going to vie at
he's vying for. Then kuna wale promoters. Lazima achukue kutoka kwa mwananchi. Is it true, my friend? Same said namdanganya.
Okay.
Another thing, kuna vyeo zingine wa CS PAs. PAs must not paid by government. Let the PA paid by his boss. Mimi niko na PA wangu, mimi nimlipe kibinafsi. Nisilipwe na government. Because these pesa zinatumika more kwa wanasiasa na hakuna kitu tunafanya kule. Ukiangalia saa hizi projects zimesimama. Since Uhuru alianza projects, like there's a project ilianzishwa na Uhuru hapa Kenyatta Avenue na Ngong Road, hiyo bridge inajengwa pale. Hiyo bridge ina cost more than 2 billion. Ilianzishwa na rais wa zamani. Na project ilishawekwa pesa. Hii project ikasimama. Hii pesa ilienda wapi? Inakuja kurudishwa leo kwamba inafanya. There is a underground bridge, Haile Selassie. This bridge imecost 2 billion. Ilianzwa na Uhuru, akaweka pesa. Wapi hiyo pesa ilienda? Tukianza kusema pesa, hatuna pesa Kenya. Kenya saizi na collect more money, lakini hatuoni mahali inaenda. Kama wa Kenya tungependa rais, kama anasikia mahali yako, najua atasikiliza, abadilishe mwenendo na promises mob aache. Because kila mahali ukienda promise, ukienda hapa promise ndawafanyia hiki na 1 2 3 and you are not done anything. Please let us be honest to Kenyans.
All right. Let's hear from Zachary as we do a roundup before we close. Do you feel like you're being listened to? Because you people are speaking. Lakini mnahisi ni kwamba wanasikiza?
Hawasikizi. I can't say that wanasikiza. Because kama wanaweza tusikiza, with the president anaweza tusikiza venye alikuwa anatusikiza kama anakuja kuuliza votes, alikuwa anakuja ground na alikuwa na reason na sisi. Mpaka alikuwa anakuja na host our leaders, anawachukua, anaenda na host, anawauliza venye watu wao wanataka. But ever since apate kenye anataka, of which I'll put it in that manner, yeye sidhani anatusikiza. Because kama anatusikiza, I remember kuna time kulikuanga na issue, watu wa bodaboda they burned down a car. There is a time walikuwa wameibia a foreigner. Uhuru alikuja akatusimamisha hizo kazi, but after a while reasoning as a parent, alikuja aka overrule hiyo, akasema acha watu warudi kazi venye wanafaa. But as now as we speak right now, kuna watu wafanyi kazi. Hata ukipata customer, tuseme umepata Kasarani, mtu akwambia anaenda Parklands, hautaenda because of this reflector. Na hii reflector nimekuambia iko na pesa mingi, of which watu wenye wana live from hand to mouth, kuniambia utanikula 5,000, hiyo ni kunimaliza, unanimaliza. And apart from that, wanataka ukuwe na license, wanataka ukuwe na insurance, wanataka ukuwe na hii reflector. So according to me, hii bottom up and everything, mimi haitusikizi. Na Kenya mimi naweza taka tu ni consider huyu mtu mwenye alimpatia kura. Sianze kusema ati watu wameanza kukua wa kabila. Tukimpatia hizo kura ile time, wawi wa kabila. We were one as a hustler nation. The boda rider, the mama mboga person, that is what we were. Sasa sianze kusema aanze kustereotype kwa sababu ameona amefail, of which I won't say amefail because nimesema we are optimistic for the next 1 year anaweza fanya kitu, but anafaa consider ule mtu mwenye alipromise. Na this time round if he's going to say something, make something yenye itakuwa watu anaweza kuwa accountable for. As my friend has said, hizo cheo ni mingi sana, of which hao wanajua how they plan the system, but yeye angalia watu wa chini. Sisi kama watu wa bodaboda atatupata sisi, asidhani ataenda kwa mtu mwingine, of which maybe akuya kona system kama ya wa neighbors yenye walifanya 96% and then that 90 something percent hauwezi wa face kama inauguretiwa unaenda mpaka kujipeleka mahali pengine kwa jeshi without any citizen when unasema ati I'm 100% sure they voted for you. So we won't allow that. I think Kenyans are woke. Now this time round, tribal lines, we are not going on tribal lines. We need accountability. I think that's all I have to say.
Great, thank you so much. Let's proceed to Joy. And you're talking about reforms on higher education funding model, which you don't see them reflecting nicely on your students and of course your parents' pockets. But do you feel as students, kama mnapewa that listening ear and a voice to these conversations that involve student issues?
I can't really say that tunasikika because kumekuwa na so many meetings when unapata student leaders were meeting the PS, Raymond Omolo, student leaders are meeting the CS of education, but hatusikiki. Kama like the current issue yenye imetu affect sana. There was a time kulikuwa na hiyo gatuzi la wasomi. Tukakuwa na a meeting that tukongelesha dia kina Murkomen, the excellence alikuwa hapo hivyo, like tuliwaambia that anafaa kushughulikia hii mambo ya strike yenye ilikuwa hapo, but it was like a month ago. Then instead wa kuishughulikia immediately because ni kitu tumesha address, strike bado iliendelea till time yenye the WASU chairman Wesonga aliona that the president is going outside there trying continue. Unapata president amesema anapeana 20 million mahali 20 billion, but ya 7.9 billion ya university ndo alikuwa amekata. That's why even they did not accept the walipewa pesa in 3 bunches because waliona the more anatulia the more like president anaenda huko with promises and it's not helping us. So to me that whatever I expect from the president today is I should not hear any promise anymore. I mean, to promise so many things. That's why he should now fulfill the promises. The more ana continue to promise the people, the more anabaki na deni ya watu wenye people will not even look on the good side of him. Watu wanaona like mtu wake tu nimetenga nitafanya, you see. So like he should just stop about the promises, and now to work.
All right. And Frank, the issue of unemployment is a concern, and the president, even during last year's State of the Nation address, he acknowledged this as a bigger issue, and akatoa several reforms, akasema things like, providing labor ile nje that will help, give relief. But do you think that we really understand the depth of unemployment as a country? Does the president really understand the depth of unemployment and what it does to the people of Kenya?
Anne, as bad as it may be, we also have to acknowledge some steps that the government has taken in all these general issues. The issue of employment, it will always be, it's a continuation process, because each and every year people graduate. Each and every year there are people who are like, there are some who they proceed with their education, some drop out, and all those people, the government cannot provide employment to all Kenyans. It definitely cannot happen. That's why you'll find even people from US, there are some in Kenya working in Kenya. It's a global issue. But again, what we ought to maybe push is that we should work more on our own companies, processing companies, manufacturing companies, all those industrial moves that can help employ more people. Just to summarize, I'll say this. President Ruto is not the first president Kenya is having. He's just the 5th president.
Definitely not the last.
And not the last one. We should not act on emotions. Let us act on facts. We cannot outright or just say that everything is not working. No. When the president comes in a certain constituency and says that we've maybe invested maybe 1.5 billion in electricity, what the member of parliament of that constituency, after the president has promised, they should go and face the given ministry to do a follow-up. You know, we are putting all these problems to president when sometimes from the ground, from that to MCA, is he doing the right thing? That to MP, is he doing the right thing? So we cannot definitely say that, we cannot say that the president is not working. What only President Ruto did is that he brought in reforms at once, so many reforms. I think that's the only problem we are having. So, you know, in all those changes, they all need money. I don't know, so working at it once, then it's causing all these problems. But he's actually doing something. So I'll only say that we shouldn't be over-expecting so much in just a president who has been in power for, 3 years. We also have to, the government thing, it's a continuation.
3 years is not a good time to expect.
Let me tell you, we are a healing nation.
Summarize.
we must be honest. We are a healing nation, and as the president is going to talk to the nation today, we know that he's going to be honest. Yes, he's overpromised so many things, but let us also give him time. After 5 years is when we'll judge him. But for now, let him work. Okay. He said that he's the most learned president Kenyans have ever had, meaning he can change anything at once because he's the most learned.
Because time is running out, and I'm hoping Director will just give us more time so that we can finish up. And Nicholas anasema we need to give the president more time. 3 years down the line, Kenyans are still complaining. Do you see an end in sight?
To start with, I would want to this guy pia mimi anigawie kile amepewa kidogo. Ningependa pia mimi nikunywe hiyo chai, aninunulie chai maana inasikika amepewa kitu kidogo. Juzi tu tuliona Kalonzo Musyoka. The president alikuwa kule Machakos, akasema anatengeneza barabara ya Emali. Kalonzo went there. After the president went there, Kalonzo sasa akarudi. Kuna ile alikuwa anasema barabara gari trailer zote zikaekwa kwa barabara. Lakini tukaona Kalonzo alirudi kuangalia kwa hiyo barabara, gari zote zimeondolewa, hakuna kokoto, kila kitu hakuna. Sasa nataka kuuliza swali. Huyu president tunaambiwa anaahidi na anafanya. Hiyo barabara aliahidi yapi? Alafu we remember kuna this barabara from Keno to Marwa, Nyeri highway. Tangu Uhuru wa ayache, I remember mimi ni wa hiyo barabara sana napitianga nikienda kazi. Hadi wa leo bado haijamalizika. Matter concerning SHA. If SHA is not working ama SHA is working, why are these MPs not using this SHA? Do you know they are not using this SHA? Sisi mwananchi wa kawaida ndio tunatumia hii SHA. Are we special? Are they special? Ama SHA ni mzuri kushinda hiyo insurance ambayo wanayotumia? Again, ningependa tujibu pia hayo kwa the state of the nation yenye anakuja kutuambilia hiyo baadaye. And then something else to wind up. 3 years. 3 years. I remember the president said he is the most qualified for this job. 3 years mimi sijaona a qualified person for this job. And I stand with this.
All right.
We need.
You're eating into Peter's time, but in 30 seconds, because you can hear the music is already fading us out. 3 years time, do you still have hope?
No, I have zero hope. Now, 6 months is what I expect for him to deliver, whatever he promised.
Hold your microphone.
It is impossible for him to deliver that. What I need him to do today, please, Mr. President, when you come to speak to us, just don't promise anything. Any promise from you is just being rude, reckless, and lack of emotions to the many Kenyans who woke up to vote for you. Today, I expect you to live up to your expectations. Say something, just one thing. maybe I'll organize a good election come to 2027, because I'm only giving you 6 months. That is what I expect for you to deliver. So otherwise, the reason why I would, as a student of politics and government, I would support devolution 100%. I would not support rescaling down of devolution or counties, simply because I know there are some sectors, counties regions which used to not to enjoy development, but they are doing it right now. Okay. So thank you very much.
Tukimalizia na Munyao, because I think we already gave Wanjala his time. What do you expect today? Tumeongea hapa, but wewe kama rider, you know, your own expectations as Martin Munyao.
Okay, kitu yenye na accept aongea. Niongea tu, lakini asi promise kitu ingine ufanye. Tumechoka na hizo promises zake.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen and lady, for making time for us to have this conversation in studio. We've eaten into the other segments time, but I do thank you so much for watching and for your feedback. We're taking a very short break. We've come to the end of the show. My name is Ann Odida, and when we come back, my colleague Liza Mutuku will be joining you live from the precincts of Parliament with a panel of lawmakers to talk about the State of the Nation address that is expected today. Goodbye for now. I'll see you tomorrow, 6 a.m. Have a good day.